Instead of taking my foot off the gas pedal, I overcorrected, I shot it into the right wall. Now you're along for the ride. Hit one wall, we might as well hit them both. Let's do this right. Because, I mean, you don't want anybody to be left out.
Right at all.
Now I'm on fire, and I'm like, yeah, I think I need to get out of this car.
Tiny Tim, Turkish oil wrestling, and the hunting gods. What do these things have in common? They're all just a fragment of the unforgettable life of one of the most badass humans to ever walk this earth. And it's coming up right now. Welcome to Count's Culture, a late night hang built around the things that still matter. I'm Danny the Count Koker. If you're drawn to power, pressure, hard-earned grit, and stories that never fade, you're part of the Count's Culture family, so settle in. As always, I'm bringing you real, unfiltered conversations with heavy hitters from music, business, art, sports, and auto, and I'm never doing it alone. Today, I'm joined by one of my own from Count's Kustoms, like the adorable puppy you adopted from the pound, but thought quite a few times about taking it back. the only horny Mike. What's happening, Mike?
That is great. That is the best. I've never even heard that. I feel so good about myself now.
Well, don't forget, tomorrow we have an appointment. I'm going to go have the chip put in you, so when you get lost, we can find you.
That's fine. I mean, you know, I get lost sometimes, actually. I've been out some late nights, and
I know.
I've called home, and I don't know where I'm at.
I know. It was Ghetto Bob that set up the appointment to have you chipped, so that's tomorrow.
Not a bad problem.
All right,
Let's get this done.
We'll get that done.
I feel like, you know, efficiency is going to matter, you know? They'll know where I'm at every day.
Darn right.
Instead of calling me and saying,
Yeah.
why aren't you here yet?
Right.
You'll know where I'm at already.
We'll just come pick you up.
I like it.
In just a moment, a fighter who forged his legacy the hard way is here. He turned discipline, damage, and relentless work ethic into a career that defined an era inside the cage and far beyond it. A champion, a leader, a guy who never stopped evolving. Randy Couture joins us right after this. Steven Tyler started Janie's Fund for a simple but powerful reason: to help girls heal and move forward after trauma. I've been honored to support and work with Janie's Fund over the years. This is about giving young women access to counseling, education, stability, and the confidence to reclaim their future. Janie's Fund is built on compassion, community, and real impact because every girl deserves the chance to stand strong. Learn more or get involved at janiesfund.org and help change a life today. Today's guest is an American icon. A man who didn't just compete at the highest level, he redefined it. He's a 6-time UFC champion, a member of the UFC Hall of Fame and the National Wrestling Hall of Fame, a Greco-Roman legend, a military veteran, an actor, a stuntman, an author, entrepreneur, a producer, and one of the toughest human beings to ever walk this earth. And beyond all that, he's one of the most thoughtful, humble, and intelligent people I've ever met. A guy who understands discipline, identity, fatherhood, leadership, and reinvention better than anybody I know. A true warrior, a true gentleman, one of the most respected champions in combat sports history. Some call him Captain America, others the Natural. I'm honored to call him friend, the one and only Mr. Randy Couture.
See you, Danny.
How you doing, bro?
I'm gonna live up to that intro.
Oh, man, that sounds good. I almost cheered up.
It's all true. It's all true. That's the thing, man. I mean, when you hear it like that, man, that's really you.
Yeah, it's wild.
I know, bro.
But it's true, unfortunately, so you know, deal with it.
Unfortunately. For all you people listening and or watching, just understand there are friends here together. So if you think to yourself, how is Mike getting away with this?
If he starts gurgling,
I said something wrong.
Right. Sometimes, it's like I was saying earlier, sometime before we wrap this up, I really want you to show me how to put him to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are times that it needs to happen.
Well, you just gotta find those carotids. 7 seconds, he'll be done.
You'll have to give us a display.
Drooling on himself. Just hope he doesn't pee himself.
Right. Well, he does that anyways,
sometimes.
right? Yeah.
I already peed.
The worst problem is when he starts peeing on you. That's the thing I hate the most, man.
Well, it depends on the position you got, man. When you're choking me out. I mean, let's be honest.
Thank you. Good night.
Yeah.
Poor we're already done. Bro, you're one of the toughest humans on the planet, but we've seen you in full grandpa mode. If the cameras weren't here and it was just a perfect Randy day in Vegas, what are you doing? Who's around? What are you up to? What's on the grill? What's in the glass?
Wow, it's one of the crazy things about this life and being a public person. No 2 days are the same. No 2 weeks are the same. It's always a scramble to keep up with the schedule and keep up with everything. And those are the people that pay that price. My kids growing up, you know, me chasing the wrestling dream and then fighting.
I get that.
That was time I'll never get back with them. But they, you know, there's a legacy there. That, you know, my son Ryan is running the gym now.
Right.
You know, my daughter's doing great. She's got a 5-year-old granddaughter, and then 7-year-old Aurora.
Yeah.
So yeah, stacking the grandkids in there for sure. The boys are here, so I get to see the boys more. And it's always a good day. They were just at the ranch. I have a small ranch outside of Flagstaff.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was boys who were 2 and 4. They were just there for the first time. So
Nice.
right after Christmas, we had a blast. Went to Arizona and just had a great time.
Yeah. Do they know?
That would be a great day for me to just spend with the boys.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Okay.
And you know, I was thinking about getting into drag racing. As you know, we crashed the car. And
Oh, yeah, we're gonna be
I never
talking
even got
about
to the racing part of it. I mean, it'd be one thing if you got to the racing part of it.
Right.
And crashed. I think it's inherent in the sport.
Sure.
But,
It's all
I was
part
in
of
the
it.
training part and crashed. I mean, that's kind of
Yeah.
sucked. But
We're gonna
healing
dig
up
into
well. Yeah, it's all
Good. Good. I got something here for you that I really admire because my father was as well. You spent years in the 101st Airborne, and decades in combat sports. When you wake up now, retired from fighting, still training, what's the one military or wrestling habit that you can't turn off?
Making my bed.
Dude, I love that. What like a quick boom, and you don't even think about it.
Bed every morning.
Yeah, every morning.
Yeah.
Straight up from military and
Start off on the right foot. You accomplished something already today by making your bed. If you've
love
ever heard that SEAL commander give that commencement speech about that, man,
Yeah.
do something, get off on the right foot, make your bed every morning.
I love that. Mike, are you soaking this up, man?
Well, I mean, I kind of do the same thing, you know.
Yeah. Kinda?
Every morning I get up, Erica makes the bed. Like so, you know, I'm happy that it's done every day. It's nice. He's right. It's
so
nice.
every day she's accomplished something.
Yeah, she's accomplished something. I love it.
I love it, man.
Same thing.
Oh my Lord. Thank you for your service.
I appreciate you. Yeah, it was a
we
very
appreciate
formative
you.
time of my life. Signed at 19.
Yeah.
Had a family on the way.
Yeah.
And needed to support that family. And,
Yeah.
and the Army allowed me to do that.
Yeah.
I spent 6 years in uniform. It was a great time.
Yeah.
Some of my best friends to this day
Yeah.
are from that time wearing green. And thankfully, I never had to put my butt on the line like so many of our men and women now since 9/11 and the war on terror that have actually had to go get shot at and do a lot of the things I trained to do and never had to do.
Yeah, I get it.
And there's a part of you that always had that question. I don't know about you, but I ran around a lot playing Army as a kid.
Right.
And you wonder how you would deal with that
Right.
kind of pressure, that scenario. And
Right.
I think on the one hand, I'm thankful I never had to do it and put it on the line. But at the same time, there's always that question mark. Okay, how would I deal with that?
Yeah.
If somebody's shooting at me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't really want to find out. But
Yeah, thank God you
Yeah.
don't have to, but,
Yeah.
but thank you for being there.
They picked me up in high school, you know, the recruiting center. You know, they come through the high schools and do that. They picked me up and they took me to the recruiting center and they popped the old video in and they were showing me and I was literally in there maybe like 5 minutes and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I want to go back. I want to go back to the school. I was like, no, this guy can't yell at me like that. I'm going to freak out, punch him in the throat. I'm going to be in the brig. It's not going to be anything good for me. I need to go back to the school. So I that was why I opted out. My own
members that were service
no. I never knew anybody that was. They'd take me there, and honestly, I mean, for me, it was just I had a hard time listening when I was young. So
Not just when he was young.
well, all right.
I'm seeing a pattern.
Oh, big time. He's been with me for years. I don't think he's heard a thing I've said.
I I've heard so many things. I didn't listen to all of them.
This is what I call penance. For some of the bad things I've done in my life, God gave me Mike.
I'm here to serve.
Like a karmic partner.
Right, exactly.
Challenge you, test you, force you to learn some new
Right,
things.
right. Don't
like
ever
that.
pray for patience.
That's funny.
God will give you a reason to need it.
Yeah. Well, I had a great grandfather, Arthur Griggs, that drove General MacArthur around the European theater in the Army.
Sure, it was kind of in your
My
family.
dad, Ed, was in the Navy. He was a CB. My uncle was
Yeah.
on the Kitty Hawk in Nam.
Wow.
My other uncle served in the Navy as well. My sister and I were both Army.
Amen.
So there was a lot of military history there
Yeah.
with the family.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Arthur Griggs. I remember as a small boy,
Yeah.
he would tell us those stories about
Yeah.
being in Europe during World War II.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me, though, knowing you, because, when stuff like that runs that deep in the family, it just keeps trickling down.
Yeah.
And I can see it in you.
It wasn't something I set out to do, but in the moment, with a family on the way at 18 years old, it made perfect sense to me.
I get it.
I wasn't able to afford staying in college or going to college, and thankfully the Army gave me that opportunity later down the road.
Good.
But
Good.
it worked out. I did everything backwards, but
Yeah.
it managed to work out.
I like that.
Sounds like you were being careless with your penis.
That's one way of looking at it.
Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Bro, you're into some serious outdoor stuff, okay? If I said we were gonna disappear for a week, no cameras, no phones, where are you dragging me off to? What are we doing? And do you think
Well-
I could survive it?
You would survive it.
Okay.
Yeah. You would learn a lot.
Okay.
One of my favorite places on the planet was the Eagle Cap Wilderness in eastern Oregon.
Okay.
And you used to pack in there with horses.
Oh, wow.
Set up camp.
Okay.
And hunt from camp, and
Yeah.
you're literally in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
And I've spent a week out there, sometimes longer.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
Just living off the land.
Yeah, there's no better place in nature, in my opinion. You want to find your soul and find your real self.
Yeah.
There's where you need to be.
Wow. Can you take Mike?
I don't want to find my soul. I don't want to know where it is.
I don't want to find my soul.
I don't want to know where it is. Good. That's too much training and
Pretty
work.
sure he's going to scare a lot of deer and elk away
Right.
with those horns.
We're gonna be family.
they're
I'm
right.
just gonna be out there sitting there rubbing deers.
Oh my goodness. Okay, bro. Most people, most guys, they're retiring around 62. Not you. You're jumping into NHRA Pro Mod. That is a really wicked
we're
left
taking
turn.
a little trajectory course, or is changing there a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to get back in the car.
No?
Yeah.
Not gonna do it. What-
got
what-
my gas license with the Frank Hawley's drag school, and he was amazing. He does one course here at the drag strip here every
Right,
year.
right.
He's from Gainesville, Florida.
Yeah,
Highly respected driver and national champ at one point. And the thing that struck me the most in the school was he so much talked about what was going on right between your ears.
Okay.
And how important that was behind the wheel of that car.
Okay.
And speaking my language, I spent
Right.
years and years as both a wrestler and an individual combative sport of MMA, and so much of it is mental and how
Yeah.
you deal with the adversity of our sport.
Yeah.
And then to hear him saying all these terms and things I was very familiar with from sports psychologist on the national team and everything else,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, there's some of the same stuff right here
Yeah.
driving this car. So I felt very comfortable with him, comfortable with the gas car, which is a 9 or 10 second car. And then they wanted me to move up in class to a Pro Mod car, which is an alcohol car, and a 5 second car. I mean, you are strapping your butt to a rocket.
Yeah,
this thing is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was just getting used to the vision and everything that adjusts from the speeds of a 9 and 10 second car.
Right.
And then my first run in Al Capone, a 1937 Chevy, I was like, oh my God, what have I gotten myself into?
Right.
Like my eyes, everything was it plays with all your senses.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
What made you want to get into drag? Or what was what
I've been a car guy
sparked this?
since I was a kid. And
I understand that addiction.
one of those things, that my dad was one of those guys that worked on all his own cars.
Yeah.
And so there was, I took auto shop and welding and all these things because he was a welder by trade. And again, trying to get his attention. Didn't work, but I found the places I seemed to flourish, wrestling mats and in the garage working on cars and tinkering on cars.
Yeah.
An old 70 and a half Falcon that I got through one of my mom's divorces that I played with that car all the time.
Yeah,
Loved that car. And I sold that to try and go to college after high school.
Yeah.
And then ended up with a baby on the way and headed in a different direction. So,
What happened? Tell me about the crash.
So this is my second run in Al Capone. We ran out of time down in south of Phoenix.
Okay.
We had the track there to ourselves.
Okay.
And I got a bunch of gas runs in a gas car.
Okay.
I did my first run in Al Capone, which is the alcohol car, the Pro Mod car.
Yeah.
Unbelievably fast. I mean, I was in shock after that run.
I can only imagine.
And then we were out of time that day, and so I needed way more runs to get certified in the Pro Mod class. But I think I did everything I needed to do that day to get my gas certification.
Okay.
So then a month and a half later, we or not rent, but they give us a track called the Flying H just outside of Kansas City.
Okay.
Odessa.
Okay.
And we have that track to ourselves.
Okay.
We've shipped the car out there. Nathan Bates from Dominate Racing down in Phoenix. He's my crew chief. He builds these cars and these motors. Amazing guy.
Nice.
Glenn Bell was there. He's a driver, a longtime driver, so he's kind of being my mentor and helping me figure this, especially because he's driven Al. He knows what Al's all about and how squirrely these Pro Mod cars are anyway.
Yeah.
And so first run that day at the Flying H, did a great burnout. You know, now you got to back the car back up, stay in the groove. You got a ground guide that's, and my ground guide was pushing me left, trying to get me in the groove of that track.
Yep.
And the only thing I can think is when I staged the car and launched the car, you have a trans brake, you let that trans brake off, that car just takes it. You're literally got the gas pedal to the floor.
Right.
It's counterintuitive, but everything you've ever been taught about driving a car.
Right.
And now this car takes off, the front wheels don't come down for 200 feet. I mean, this thing is a rocket.
Yeah.
And it's toned down because I'm still training and learning how to drive this car.
Right.
Well, the second I launch the car, we take off for the center line. I'm in the right lane. I take off for the center line of the track. Thankfully, there's nobody over there.
Right.
We have the whole track to ourselves.
Right.
And instead of taking my foot off the gas pedal, which is what I should have done, I tried to steer it back into the lane. I overcorrected. I shot it into the right wall. Well, now you're along for the ride. You aren't driving this car anymore. You are
no control.
And I mean, we hit one wall. We might as well hit them both. Let's do this right. So I go all the way across the track.
That one felt lonely.
And hit the left wall. Because I mean, want anybody to be left out.
Bag it all, baby.
And that was a pretty solid, almost perpendicular
because
impact.
by the time you bounced off of
the
this
fuel
one, now
canister is in the front of that car. It burst the fuel canister, shot that alcohol fuel all over the car. Now I'm on fire. And I'm like, I think I need to get out of this car.
Yeah, that's
And
terrifying.
pop the belts, pop the door. I'm halfway out of the car. And the first EMT runs up. He grabs me by the Hans device and pulls me the rest of the way out.
Yeah.
And I don't even realize that I've been burned.
Right.
I mean, I'm wearing 2 layers of Nomex, full balaclava, the helmet, the whole deal, the boots, I mean, you name it.
Right.
I had it all on.
Right.
But that alcohol fire is so hot.
Yeah.
And you don't even see the flames.
Right, yeah.
It's the other stuff that's smoking, that's burning because of the heat.
Right.
And then I'm just pissed. I'm standing there, I can't get this helmet off. I don't realize I'm with my gloves and the burns.
Yeah.
Finally, the EMT just reaches up and clips the helmet.
Yeah.
And I take the helmet and the balaclava off, and I'm just screaming at the top of my lungs.
Yeah.
I'm mad. I just wrecked this beautiful car.
Right.
In my second run in it ever.
Right.
And the EMTs are like, oh.
Yeah.
We need to get him calmed down.
We need a sedative over here. Right.
Calm down. Glenn comes up pretty quickly. He was almost there right after that first EMT.
Yeah.
Got me to lay down, got me calmed down, got the clothes start getting cut off. And now I start realizing, oh boy, this ain't gonna be good.
Tell me about the injuries.
So mostly the left hand.
Got it.
The pinky finger's the one that's still holding on, won't straighten back out yet.
Right.
But all the other stuff, they thought I was going to have grafts here on the thumb and on the palm of the hand, but that all healed up. I didn't need a graft, so they would be taking skin off my thighs and applying it to my hands, which would not have been good. It would have doubled the healing time.
Right.
Thankfully, through stem regen supplements, hyperbarics, blue scorpion venom, all these modalities, people reaching out to me, giving me this stuff, peptides, collagen, all this stuff. I healed really, really well and really fast. The doctors were very pleased, and I didn't have to have a graft.
Thank God to that.
But then I had to make a decision, you know. And again, I started weighing out. My family obviously pushed back pretty hard.
Well, big
Like,
time.
come on, Dad, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You got grandkids now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, we need
and
you.
I really had to kind of balance out. Look, I spent a huge part of my life when they were kids chasing my dreams and establishing the legacy that they now get to enjoy.
Yeah.
But I'm in a different phase of my life. Do I need a new hobby at 62? Not really. It ain't about money.
Right,
You know,
right, right.
But I was immediately intrigued by driving one of these cars.
Yeah.
And you start looking at it with different eyes.
Yeah.
When you go to the races. I went to Pomona
Right.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
As a fan.
Right.
Met Ron Capps and Tony Schumacher. And,
Huge.
You know,
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
experience. And the horsepower, 24,000 horsepower on that line.
That's-
I mean, you feel it in your guts.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's next level.
unbelievable.
Yeah, that's
your
crazy.
eyes snap wide open. You cannot blink.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
now they want me to drive one of these.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, I'm in.
Yeah.
And so in that process in Pomona, looking at it with different eyes, I ended up running into Randy Glady, Skag, one of the biggest power tool companies in the country. And
Yeah.
he won't go to the Home Depots or the Lowe's. He does the mom and pop stuff. And I really respect that.
That's cool.
And here's a guy's out making sure everybody's got water. He brings all his vendors right down to the starting line. This
Yeah.
is how he markets his company.
Yeah.
He spends his marketing budget on his race team.
Yeah.
And now him and I just hit it off immediately.
That's cool.
And he's like, man, I really kind of want you to be part of our team.
How cool is
And
that?
literally on a handshake deal,
Yeah.
I'm going to be part of Skag Racing.
Awesome.
And they don't have a driver in Pro Mod, so this is going to work out. And I was a better driver, maybe. Didn't go so well.
That would've worked
Is
out
there any
better.
kind of automotive hobby stuff that you might go into that that won't bounce you off of walls at several hundred miles an hour?
I mean, I'm building a '63 split window.
Great choice.
My birth year.
Yeah.
Only year they made that model of that
Yep.
car. It's
Yep,
always
that's
been my
right.
favorite car. I found one at 15.
Yep.
Took my best friend's dad over there, tried to talk this guy out of this thing under a tarp in a barn, and
Yep.
he wouldn't sell it. No
Yeah.
way in heck. But it's
Yeah.
been my favorite car ever since.
Yeah.
And then, I've
Are
had
you going
couple
factory?
Hellcats. I had, an old Chevy, 49 Chevy that I
Yep.
loved.
Yep.
They kind of messed me around on that. I'm selling that to a guy in the UK.
Gotcha.
But I've always loved cars. I
Yeah.
loved working on cars, loved
Yeah.
tinkering around with welding, metal
Yeah.
sculpture, all that kind of thing.
Love it.
So I think I'm going to settle down and just drive a nice 63 split window.
That's a great
and-
idea.
And not race.
Are you restoring it or are you modifying
Doing a
it?
resto mod.
Resto mod,
yeah.
beautiful.
So it'll look like a 63 on the outside, but underneath be an LT, supercharged
All the
LT.
comfort
and,
creatures.
Nice.
with disc
Perfect.
brakes and all
Yep.
those.
Yep.
Have you driven a 63 lately?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my,
I know.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
I flew out to Cincinnati. There's an old sheriff out there. He had 6 of these things.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way this guy's got 6 of them.
Yeah, yeah.
And I drove 2 of his.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this thing drives like a Sherman tank.
Right, I know.
I'm
I
not
know.
paying this kind of money for something that drives
There it
like
is. There
Right,
it is. That
right,
kind of money.
right,
you know?
right. No, I love the resto mod idea with that
Yeah,
because they
so-
are arguably one of the most beautiful cars ever built, and that only 1 year with the split window is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, and obviously
to
being a
be-
fan, the story between Duntoff and Mitchell.
Yep.
the feud of the split window and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have
so
no idea what you're
that's
talking
why I don't. Well,
the
Bill Mitchell
64, they
designed
got
the
rid
car.
of that bar because
Yeah.
they set it obstructed view,
Oh,
and they
obstructed
made
the
them into
view, yeah,
they
yeah.
made them into Grand Prix, and
Yep.
they were doing a bunch of stuff with them.
Absolutely. That's
And
why it was
eventually,
only
in the
1 year.
'67, they put a 427 in that thing.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah.
See,
yeah.
I
The
feel like the
aluminum
viewers
heads,
need
that's
to
a
know
very
that.
sought after car. They only made a few of those.
Yeah, big time. Big
I
time.
think one of those just passed at the auction, didn't sell for
yeah.
almost $3 million.
Yeah, one of the original, big block aluminum head.
one of the original 427s.
All right, check this out. Before I'm gonna drag you through a lot of your life stories here, but before we get going there, we do a thing here on Counts Culture where you get to put me on the spot for anything. Ask me anything you want. One question: cars. Well, I don't care about one. Ask me cars, TV, family, Vegas. I don't care. My own dumb decisions, whatever. Ask me a question, and I'm going to do my best to not dodge it.
So what came first for you? Was it cars or was it music? Because I know you're a big music guy.
Thank you for asking that question. It's a great question.
And I wonder which one of those bugs bit you
Yeah,
first.
it was music, believe it or not. And it was the first thing in my life, and I'm so thankful that I got to, so, my father was biggest influence in my life, but, not only a military guy and all of that, but he was a musician. He actually had a band when he was in the military. He used to play for generals and stuff at their stuff.
That's cool.
But he was a musician and brought me up in music, gospel music. I started singing gospel music as a young guy. I was doing Southern gospel and black gospel music, and that's what I grew up in.
See, now that kind of surprises me as the vamp.
Yeah, absolutely, exactly. And then. He also worked at Ford Motor Company in Detroit. My whole family worked at Ford. And so I grew up in cars and motorcycles, but the first thing in my life was music. And it never changed. And then, I walked away from it for a while, and then as life progressed, and God blessed me with the opportunity to get back into music. My path led me into motorcycles and cars as far as career is concerned, and then I was blessed enough to be able to get back into music. So now I get to do that again.
That's awesome.
And I'm thankful, man. Great question. Thank you for
awesome.
asking.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
I knew you had both those loves, and I wondered which one was first for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can't make any money in music, so that's
It's tough. It really is tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
Very
crazy.
few do. But the love for cars and bikes and music. Boy, it's a close equal, but music was the first.
It's kind of a close equal on the trying to make money on custom cars too.
Yeah, you know what? It is.
It's a hard life.
again, the Lord's been good to me, and I'm so thankful. We're going to take a little break, you guys. Don't go anywhere. We've got more with Mr. Randy Couture coming back. Stick around. There are few causes more important to me than Camp Freedom. Camp Freedom isn't about what someone's lost. It's about what's still possible. We give disabled veterans, first responders, and Gold Star families something powerful. Time outdoors, shoulder to shoulder, fishing, hunting, riding, away from hospitals and stereotypes. Out here, it's not therapy, it's camaraderie. If you're looking to support something real, monthly giving, sponsoring land, or just learning more, Camp Freedom is changing lives 1 acre at a time. Head to campfreedompa.org to show your support. Randy, take me back to Linwood High, the kid in Washington who ends up a state champ. What kind of kid were you? What were you into before you discovered wrestling?
Well, soccer was my first sport.
Nice.
I started that at 5.
All right.
Grew up in a single-parent household. My mom, I was oldest and only male. I had 2 younger sisters. And my mom had me in every sport you could think of to keep me out of trouble. Tennis lessons, roller skating. I mean, you name it. Sports camp every summer, soccer, baseball, all the way through. The one thing she told me I couldn't do was box. I wanted to box. I loved boxing. We laugh about it now. She was just letting you do it back then. You got it out of your system. No, I don't think I would have boxed. But I was wanting to box. I was sneaking away to the Linwood Elks Club.
Yeah.
And she found out I was going to boxing practice. And said, I'll let you play football, but you are not boxing.
Yeah.
So that was the one forbidden sport. But
Which probably only turned you on more to it.
Yeah, well,
I'm going to do it.
Fighting really was an extension of wrestling for me.
Yeah.
Again, my best friend, Bobby Stevenson, we were in the 6th grade. His older brothers, David and John, were wrestling at the junior high.
Okay.
And so I'm going with Bobby. Parents are taking us to the district meet. We're going to go watch the boys wrestle.
Okay.
And we'd never wrestled a day in our
So
lives.
this is how it started for you?
This is how it started.
Okay. All right.
And they thought it was funny, and they put us in, me and Bobby, in the novice tournament in the district meet. This was for just kids, you know. I never wrestled, never even practiced.
How old are you?
I'm 11.
Okay.
6th grade.
Okay. Never practiced, never done.
Never been on a mat.
Okay.
Pinned a kid with a headlock. I got my first bloody nose, and I didn't even know what the hell I did. And the coach was trying to show me, you did a headlock. You know, you put 2 toddlers here. One of them's going to headlock the other one. It's a natural thing. So I rolled into junior high school the next year, 7th grade.
Okay.
That same PE teacher was the wrestling coach. And he remembered me from that moment. And he's like, oh, man, wrestling starts Monday. I'll see you there. I guess I'm going on to a wrestling team.
Okay.
And I found my spot, man. I found my friends, the place where I seemed to flourish. And like I said, a single parent household, those coaches started filling that void.
Gotcha.
When I needed a kick in the they were the
Yeah.
ones that stepped up and gave me a kick in the
Yeah.
I needed a pat on the back and, hey, it's going to be all right. They were the ones that did that too. You know,
Yeah.
Coach K-Spear in junior high, still friends to this day.
I was
He's
just
an
going to
amazing
ask that
man.
question, bro.
Coach McAvoy, my high school coach, he moved away, moved to Arizona and different stuff. But even when I got inducted into the Snohomish County Hall of Fame up there for wrestling and stuff, he came to that banquet.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just an important guy in my life. And then
They got to be so proud of you, man.
Coach Winter in the Army, you know, he was the Army coach that guided me. You know, I thought I was done wrestling.
Yeah.
Signed up as an air traffic controller.
Really?
Yeah, in 1982. And little I know, 5 million soldiers stationed in Central Europe at the time of the peak of the Cold War. And sports programs were huge for morale. Wrestling and boxing were very big in the Army because of the combative nature of the sport. I ended up on a wrestling mat.
Yeah.
You know, my daughter was actually born over there while we were stationed in Germany.
Yeah.
Ryan was a toddler over there, learned to walk. He started speaking German. He had Oma, the grandma upstairs, would babysit the kids, and he literally started speaking German over there. I don't remember any of it now, but it was pretty wild that he spoke with perfect intonation. I was like, oh my God.
That's
we have
cool.
a couple little Germans running around here.
That's good stuff.
But yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah.
And it got me back on a wrestling mat and headed towards, I always had an aspiration of being an Olympian.
Got it.
My favorite sport as a kid was skiing.
Okay.
My mom was an avid skier. Her dad drove the ski bus. So it was one of her favorite sports and a lot of her favorite memories, riding that ski bus with her father to go skiing up in Washington. Because the ski resorts aren't that far away up there. I mean, that was one of the beautiful things about the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Because you're, 45 minutes from the water, salmon fishing, crabbing, all that.
Right.
And you're maybe an hour, 20 minutes from the mountains and the ski slopes. It's just everything right there at your disposal. In the outdoors sense.
So you get skiing in your soul, and
avid
that's what you wanted to do.
Still to this day, I love to ski. And somehow ended up on a wrestling mat.
Moms would have rather you ski, and you're like, nah, I'm going to beat people up.
I'd been told, what a tough guy my dad was, and what a good wrestler he was in school. And I saw his name up on one of the high schools at Edmonds. I was in the same school district that he grew up in.
That's cool.
And so I thought, well, maybe if I go out on this wrestling mat, I'll get his attention, he'll come around. I don't think he ever saw me wrestle a single match, but I found the place where I flourished.
Gotcha.
And
I like the story. You ended up in the Greco-Roman because of a paperwork screw-up.
Accident.
What in the world was that all about?
So, like I said, I was stationed in Germany. I'm just training on the base gym, and this guy, I didn't have cauliflower ears back then. They didn't come till I started wrestling for the Army.
I have been staring at that.
You a wrestler?
Touch it the whole time.
That's a good way to lose a finger.
My bad.
Hard as a rock, aren't they?
Sorry, it's a rock. I thought it
The
was
real
a
problem is they don't bend. Your ear
Yeah.
will fold over.
Right,
Mine
right.
don't
They
bend.
don't
No, that's
So I always know when camp starts, I get a scab right here from shooting doubles. And then every shower, because they rip in the back. And then so that hot water hits, and like, oh. Trying not to curse out loud. But
It's hard as a rock.
But yeah, and I ended up wrestling this lieutenant. Approaches me in the gym in Fliegerhorst Kaserne in Hanau, West Germany. That's how long ago it was. West Germany still.
Western, that's right. That's good. Yep.
And he's like, you wrestle? I was like, I wrestled in high school. You want to come out for the wrestling team? I was like, well, heck yeah. So he would rent a van every weekend, and we'd drive to a different base in Germany and wrestle in a tournament. And we were holding wrestling practice, 2 days a week in that same gym. They had mats. And then I ended up going and walking on to a German club team. Because the club, that's how sports are in Europe. They're not in the schools like they are here. They're clubs. And so I ended up wrestling for a German club team and going to this championship tournament my first year. Never wrestled Greco before. Well, I wrestled college style, was a state champion in 1981 in folk style or college style wrestling. I'd only wrestled in freestyle one time before all these tournaments in Germany. I'd never wrestled Greco.
What's
Greco is the two Olympic styles, freestyle and Greco. Greco is the ancient style. All the holds take place from the waist up. You can't trip or grab the legs. It's like judo without a gi.
Got it.
helps.
Got it.
And then freestyle, you can do the fireman's carry and the double leg and the single leg and all the leg attacks in freestyle. Those are the two Olympic styles. And then the American style is folk style or collegiate wrestling, what we see in all our schools here. We're the only ones in the world that wrestle that style. Just like the Japanese are pretty much the only ones that wrestle sumo.
Got it.
Every culture kind of has its indigenous wrestling style. Schwingen in the Alpine states in Europe. There's a bunch of places. Guris, Turkish oil wrestling. I mean, once you dig into the sport, there's wrestling. There's hieroglyphs of wrestling. On the pyramids in Egypt. Yeah, that's one of the oldest sports in the world.
Whooping ass has been happening for a long time.
A long time, yeah. But I'm in the freestyle tournament at the 5th Corps Championship, and I get off the mat, and they're calling my name again. I'm like, I just walked off the mat. I can't be up again. They would put me on the Greco bracket by accident. So I run over to the head table. I'm like, whoa, I just got off the mat. What do you mean I'm up again? Well, you're on the Greco bracket. You gonna wrestle or not? Like, all right, what the hell? So I went ahead and wrestled the Greco tournament. I won the Greco tournament. I'm like, well, all right, what's up here? So now I'm like,
That makes
all
you
right.
look like the bad.
And it was a really fun tournament and a fun style. I'd never done it before. So again, I was immediately intrigued by this particular style. And then I find out, we have very few American medalists in this style. It's not a terribly popular style in the United States. In Eastern Europe, in Russia and Scandinavia, hugely popular. Way more popular than freestyle is, Greco is. But in America, we're the redheaded stepchild. It's not very popular at all, which only intrigued me that much more. It's like, oh, well, I want to be a world champion in this then. Because we don't have that many of them. Ended up being coached by one of those guys that had won one of those world championships, Coach Frazier, Steve Frazier. Great guy.
That's cool.
But that was where that came from, and that's how I ended up on a Greco mat. And it became one of my favorite styles. Little did I know, of all the styles of wrestling out there, Greco is one that translates directly to fighting because of the upright posture. The clinch fighting and infighting that we do in MMA is totally allowed. I can hold you and punch you, dirty boxing.
Show me.
We've got those horns too.
Show me what you
Those
mean.
horns are really going to help.
I'll keep the game stationary.
Mike, I didn't tell you this, but we brought you here for merely illustration purposes.
Did you think this rug was just here by accident?
You're
gonna get some rug burns,
been in
buddy.
here before.
All right, brother. At Oklahoma State, you're a 3-time All-American, twice in the NCAA finals at 190. What's the one college match still plays in your head? And what unfinished business lives in that memory?
I was never that kind of athlete. I lost matches I probably shouldn't have lost. My senior year, my last year on the team, I ended up wrestling Mark Kerr in the final. Mark caught me in a cradle and put me on my back, damn near pinned me in the finals of the NCAA championship. My second time in the finals, and now I'm losing 5-0. And I came back. I ended up losing 11-6. I never made up the 5-point spread. But those two matches, my junior year was Paul Keesaw in Bakersfield. I ended up with him in the final. And I had wrestled him once before, the year before, at the Nationals and beat him. But when we wrestled him in the dual meet, they held him out. Because you lose that match, that could affect your ranking going into the national tournament. Nobody remembers who's going to win the dual meet. Everybody's going to remember where you were ranked and how you placed it at the national championship. So they held him out of that duel, and I didn't get to wrestle him that season. And then I ended up with wrestling him in the finals. And lost, I think it was 5-3. Might have been 5-4, but I can't remember. But lost twice in the finals. Big setback. 92 and 96 Olympics. I was the #1 guy in my weight class. Everybody expected me to make the Greco team and win a medal. I'd beaten medalists and world champions in other tournaments, and just hadn't put it together in the actual world championships yet. And managed to come up short in the 92 and the 96 trials.
Got it.
In the final match to make that team,
Yeah.
I ended up losing those matches.
Gotcha.
So if I'd have let those setbacks and that adversity shut me down,
Yeah.
and not forayed into MMA, I would have, look what I would have missed.
Yeah.
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 So
Thankfully,
you never know.
right. No, you didn't stop, man. That's a beautiful
I just
thing.
kept training.
Yeah.
Kept chasing it. Decided after 96 I was going to go to 2000, chase another quadrennium, try to make the 2000 team, and I was in the finals.
Yeah.
Again in 2000 and lost to a young up and coming kid, Garrett Lowney.
Okay.
Tough match,
Yeah.
3-1. And he went on and won a bronze medal in Sydney.
Oh, okay.
There's this young 19, 20-year-old kid just won a junior world championship.
Yeah.
And then beats my old.
How old were you at the time?
I was 32.
32.
At the time.
Yeah. And he was what? How old was he?
He was 19 or 20.
Yeah.
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 Tough kid.
Yeah.
But I had to make a decision then. Was I going to keep wrestling? I'd started fighting in 97. Did both, which was a challenge. You know, I feel like technically, if I was training and wrestling and getting ready for a big wrestling tournament, the Nationals or the World Cup or one of the big tournaments, then all the fighting stuff I was learning was taking a back seat, and I wasn't improving and getting better there.
Yeah.
And so it was constant juggle, and I knew one had to go.
Yeah.
And I'd already chased the wrestling one about as far as you could chase it. So
What would you have done on a what would you have done professionally if the fighting had not been
if fighting had not come along, I would probably be a college coach to this day.
Nice.
Yeah, I loved coaching. Oregon
Yeah.
State was a great place for me, and really, really, I was the assistant wrestling coach there.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I think I would still be probably moved up into the head coaching ranks somewhere and be coaching at a collegiate level somewhere if fighting had not come along.
I think, honestly, I think you would have been magnificent at that as well. Not only as a coach, but just kind of as a mentor to some young guys.
I really enjoy coaching, and
Yeah.
I volunteered and coached at Centennial High School for 5 years after that. I left my coaching job at Oregon State to pursue fighting full time.
Yeah.
It's interesting because the head coach, Coach Wells, didn't like the fighting. He thought it was bad for wrestling. He thought it was bad for the university. The sport was still looked at as a fringe sport back then. What are these crazy guys getting in a cage, punching each other in the face? I mean, it was a whole different animal back then, and we were largely misunderstood.
Yeah.
They thought we were criminals. We must be criminals. Oh, you're one of those fighters?
Yeah.
Oh my God, like I'm somehow gonna bite you. You know,
Beat man.
gonna come across the table and bite you. No, that's boxing.
Yeah.
They only bite in boxing.
You know,
that's
Randy,
good. That was
you're
good.
kind of still a coach because, I mean, you still go around, coaching people how to be, I mean,
Teach a lot of seminars, and I obviously we have a team here with Extreme Couture that I don't get in there as much as I would like to, but because of the travel schedule. But I love going in there, and especially on Wednesdays because it's wrestling day. We make them all wrestle on Wednesdays, and they hate it, but it's good for them.
Look at you grin when you talk about
Yeah.
that. That's your fun day right there.
The wrestling mindset is a grind, man.
Yeah.
It's a whole different mentality.
Yeah.
The dichotomy of Brazilian jiu-jitsu and then wrestling, collegiate wrestling, international style wrestling.
Yeah.
They're two approaches to the grappling sport.
Yeah.
They're very intriguing and very interesting. Jiu-jitsu is that path of least resistance.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lay on my back and use my legs, my long levers, and frustrate you and get you out of position until you make a mistake.
Okay.
Wrestling, I'm gonna run at you.
Yeah.
And run at you and run at you and until I bend you or break you.
Yeah.
And get what I want.
Gotcha.
When I was younger, I lost to every single wrestler. Anytime I fought with someone or anything like that, they'd wrestle me in the ground, and I lost horribly every time. I hated it. Got mad as hell at wrestlers. Then I learned.
Yeah.
If that guy was a wrestler, leave him the hell alone.
Leave him alone.
Yeah.
Leave him alone.
I've had police officers tell me, it's like, I see those ears, I'm just shooting you.
I ain't wrestling now. We ain't doing
That's
that.
hilarious. That's hilarious. That is hilarious right there, man. So, okay, you have fought 24 times in the UFC, 16 title fights, 6 reigns, oldest champ in history. What's your hands-down favorite in-ring moment from your entire career? Oof. How's that for a question?
That last 10 seconds of the Tim Sylvia fight in Ohio,
Yeah.
the Nationwide Arena, I'll never forget. That rings in my ears to this day.
Run us through it.
I came out. I had retired. I was going through a divorce and stepped away from the sport for I think 13 months at that time.
Okay.
And then started commentating a little bit for the UFC then when they were on Fox and that and it was the Tim Sylvia Andre Arlovsky show at that time in the heavyweight division, and they'd gone back and forth, both of them. And I knew Tim well before he ever won the title. He'd come out and train with us at Team Quest up in Oregon, and stayed in my house. Literally helped me. I was in the middle of a remodel, so he was helping me, pull nails and do crap in the house.
Yeah.
And then we'd be bolting twice a day to go train. And I knew Tim well. He was a great guy.
Yeah.
And I'd watched him win his first title against Rico Rodriguez, somebody I had lost to.
Okay.
So, me and his manager, Monty Cox, were jumping up and down when he won that title.
Right.
And then the opportunity, like I said, it was Andre Tim show. And it was getting to be like watching paint dry. It just wasn't very exciting. They've kind of cleaned out the whole division. Tim had just fought Jeff Munson up in Sacramento.
Okay.
And I was commentating that fight. And again, neither guy really engaged. Tim's mentality shifted a little bit. And I wasn't in his corner or one of his coaches. I was just his friend.
Yeah.
I could see this from the outside. He was wrestling not to lose. Instead of going out there like he did in his early career, he was going out there to rip your head off.
Yeah.
He was going out there to beat somebody's butt that night.
Gotcha.
And then he got so comfortable because he'd had the strap for so long that he started wrestling or fighting not to lose, which is absolutely the wrong mentality.
Okay.
And I think that was costing him. And again, Andre's no slouch for sure. Arlovsky's still fighting to this day. I mean, he's an amazing athlete.
Yeah.
But that Munson fight was hard to watch. It really was.
Yeah.
And so I was having dinner with a buddy, still retired, and he kept poking me. He'd been poking me all year. You need to bite the giant. You need to bite the giant. Because they'd all seen us train up there. And I'm like, man, I'm not fighting the giant. Leave me alone. But we'd had a couple sakis that night. It was his birthday. And he, again, started in on me. You got to fight the giant, man. You need to fight the giant. I know you'd beat the giant. And I'm like, oh, man. I errantly text Dana White that night from the sushi place.
Yeah.
Man, that fight, that fight was like watching paint dry. I could beat either one of those guys.
Yeah.
He didn't text me back. He called me immediately. Are you serious?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah, man, I'd come out of retirement to fight either one of those guys.
Oh, yeah.
That fight was signed 3 weeks later.
I was going to say, that got his undivided attention.
Yeah, absolutely. So I signed on 3 weeks later. I'm getting ready to fight Tim in Ohio.
Yeah.
And biggest crowd we'd had in North America at that time, 22,000 people, and that crowd just went off. And I had practiced that little left inside kick because Tim's so tall.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
And the way he moves his feet and uses his jab, you have to stay out of the way of that damn jab.
Yeah.
Because what's coming right behind that right hand.
Yeah.
And so I had practiced that left inside kick to break his balance and bring his head down a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was going to throw an overhand right and a left hook.
Yeah.
That overhand right landed right on the money.
Yeah.
And he fell like a redwood tree.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was as surprised as everybody else in the damn arena. They jumped to their feet. I'm like jumping on him, trying to, and I'm just kind of glad the fight went all 5 rounds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everybody was questioning my sanity anyway. At 44, you're going to go in there and fight this giant? What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You're going to get whooped.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nope, didn't go that way.
Yeah.
And I grinded on him for all 5 rounds and was kind of happy that it went that way. But that was the closest I came to that one-punch knockout. I was never that guy.
Yeah.
I was more of a battle of attrition type of a fighter.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you in some uncomfortable positions and grind on you till you don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was my style. So
What's that like, turning on the warrior against a friend?
Yeah.
To beat down a friend. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, there's just rules of engagement.
Yeah.
And this is what we do.
Yeah.
And let the chips fall where they may. But
I mean, like, to me,
I'm going to
it's
stand up and shake your hand and be happy with the outcome regardless. And I've lost some of those against good friends, and I've won a few of those against good friends.
But see, like you said earlier, you were talking about, Tim kind of approached things in a wrong way, where he was like fighting to not lose. Where was the guy who wanted to rip people's heads off? So the question is to you, Matt, how did you get in there
there
with
is
a
a
friend of yours
switch for sure.
with that
There's a
I'm here to
switch.
rip your head off.
It's a mentality that
Yeah,
you develop.
that's wild.
And it came through the sport of wrestling. Every time I walked out on the center of that wrestling mat, my job was to break you.
Yeah.
Not physically hurt you or
Right,
break you,
right.
but mentally make you quit.
What was
make
it
you
like-
work harder than you wanted to work.
How were you and Tim after you?
We're still friends to this day.
I love
I
it.
do a charity ride up in Quad Cities every year.
Nice.
And he lives up there.
Yeah.
And he comes out, helps me. He didn't even drink, but he helps me guest bartender and do a bunch of stuff for the foundation.
Nice.
And so Tim's a great guy. He really is a great guy.
I was blessed to have him here one time. He was at the shop one time. I think I told you he came in the front lobby.
With
Such a
Matt.
big boy. Yeah, with Matt Hughes, and he sat down on the couch in the lobby and broke it just by sitting down on the couch. That's how big Tim is. He sat down on the couch, went.
He's a huge man.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah.
won one of those slap fighting competitions.
Oh gosh!
Can you imagine standing in front of that dude?
No,
And giving him a free crack?
Yeah. No way. No way.
in hell.
Feeling that tree trunk come down on your
Oh,
face.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
No. Bad idea.
I got beat up by a lot of friends when I was young. We were still good after that. Yeah, no big deal.
Always keep in mind, Mike, I'm your friend too.
Well,
And I'm thinking about it
We've
myself.
always wondered why I haven't kicked my yet.
All right, let's go down a different path for a minute here. Randy, you walked away from the UFC in 07. It was public and a messy way. And when you strip back the politics and the press conferences out of it, what was the real breaking point in your head, and would you handle it the same way today?
I would handle it the same way
Okay.
and advocate for fighters.
Yeah.
I was trying to do the best thing for me, my career, my family, the legacy I was establishing as an athlete, a professional athlete.
Yep.
You have a very short window
Yep.
to do that.
Yep.
I'd pushed that pretty far. I was on the outs, with the company back then, and we never saw eye to eye. I held their feet over the fire when they bought the company in 2001 over the ancillary rights in their contract. I had a great management team at the time, and they're like, why would we sign away all these ancillary rights in perpetuity forever
Right.
to you guys?
Right.
I get that you get the fights,
Yeah.
and every time he steps up in the cage, you can do whatever you want with that. But why would we give away all these ancillary rights
Yeah.
in every category? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And
your convictions
So we
then
fought
still
for those
feel
ancillary
solid
rights.
today.
I'm one of the few athletes in MMA that has all his own ancillary rights.
Yeah, yeah.
So to do a video game, write a book, be in a movie, I don't have to ask Dana White or anybody else's permission. I have those
Yep.
ancillary rights. I
Good
own
for you.
those.
Good for you.
And a lot of other guys didn't understand or had poor management and signed those contracts and signed away their ancillary rights in perpetuity.
Right.
Um,
right.
Obviously, we just settled one of the class actions because fighter pay has always been an issue. And they work very, very hard to keep us under 20% of the take from any single event in the sport. Show me another professional sport where that's the case.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Right. Right.
And they do a very good job of that. They keep it to about 13 to 15% of the take is the real number.
Right. Right.
But their job is to keep us, their goal is to keep us under 20%.
Gotcha.
And now you're hearing, John Jones and Francis Ngannou and some of the top tier, top upper echelon fighters talking about fighter pay and those things. The league class just settled, $300 million going out to about 1,100 fighters.
Wow.
The Davis class is still pending. Probably be another year or two before that settles. There will be a fairly significant number in that class as well. The big difference between the two classes is there will be injunctive relief wrapped up in the second settlement, which will force them to eliminate the restrictive contracts, create transparency on our sport. They're going to have to disclose how much money they make off any single event. Right. How am I supposed to negotiate my fair value in the marketplace if nobody knows how much money these guys are making off of any single event?
Right.
I mean, if we hadn't dug in and done the math and figured out that we're making 13 to 15% of the take off of any single event that we as athletes fight in, no 401ks, no health insurance, no nothing.
Right.
We have accident insurance now, but that's again because I was chirping.
Yeah.
And they brought in accident insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now if I got hurt in practice getting ready for a fight,
Yeah.
that accident insurance will cover that to get me fixed back up.
Yeah, good for you.
But that's why a lot of fighters were fighting injured.
Yeah.
Because they weren't going to get paid.
Yeah.
And they weren't going to get that injury covered by anybody unless they walked into that cage on fight night.
Yeah.
And that's wrong.
Yeah, got you.
There's no way around it.
Gotcha.
I hear you. I'm gonna start advocating for painting body guys. I'm not sure what the cost is going to be yet.
I'm not sure what language that was.
I'm working on it.
I don't know either. We're gonna try and figure this out. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna try and figure out what Mike's talking about, and we're coming back with more with Randy Couture. Don't go anywhere. There are few causes closer to my heart than the Extreme Couture GI Foundation. This organization exists for one reason: to stand by our wounded veterans and their families when they need it most. From financial support and housing assistance to transitional help after service, the Extreme Couture GI Foundation steps in where it matters. This is about honoring sacrifice with action, not words. If you're looking to support something real through donations, involvement, or just learning more, the Extreme Couture GI Foundation is making a difference, one family at a time. Visit xcgif.org to show your support. Randy, we got a lot more of your personal story coming up. I don't want to get away with this without talking about bikes with you, man. We get a lot of musicians on the show. We get car guys on the show. But I want to geek out with you for a minute about bikes. You are a big bike guy.
Yeah.
So this segment, I'm going to call it "Bikes Are People Too." So we're going to start off with this one. The first vintage bike that ever made your heart stop. What was it, and where were you when you saw it? Do you remember?
Vintage bike.
Yeah. First
Man.
vintage bike that really just you went, oh man.
Well, I think I didn't get my first road bike until I moved here.
Yeah.
And I was here in 04, filming The Ultimate Fighter, the first season. And in that spring of 05, I was in the process of moving here, and the show was just airing. And the biker build-off was going on, the final, the big finale at Planet Hollywood. Not Planet Hollywood.
No, it was Hard Rock.
At the Hard Rock, I have a very good friend, Mike Davis, who's Suicide Jack Choppers out of Richmond, Virginia. He built me a chopper after this experience, but he invited me to go ride with him that day with a bunch of the other biker builders. So I met Van Ness and all these guys, Mondo. And, I mean, who's who building cool choppers.
Absolutely.
And got to ride around with these guys all day long. Ended up at Mondo's shop, which is like a Hell's Angels museum.
Absolutely.
It was amazing. It was so cool to walk and just look at all the memorabilia and all the stuff in there. And then I had one of the most embarrassing moments ever. I'm riding one of Mike's bobbers. Mike Suicide Jack Choppers, he built bobbers. I have a bobber that he built me. That's my favorite bike. And I'm riding one of his bobbers all day with these guys. And then we're parked at Mondo's. There must be 20 or 30 bikes parked in this asphalt out there. So I've got the bike in neutral. I'm pushing it through all these other bikes to get clear before I get on it to start it. Well, somehow I'm pushing it. I get on it. I start it. Well, it's jumped into gear. And this thing shoots out from underneath me in front of 15 of the best bike builders in the world. Goes 20 yards and then skids on the asphalt. And I'm like, oh my God, what did I just do? And I'm shrinking. Every head in the place just turns to see this bike go down. I'm like, oh my God.
I have no idea what went on.
I might as well have been standing there naked.
Right.
I mean, it was horrible.
Right.
And they picked it right up and broke the peg off. They put a new peg on it. And, it ain't leaking. Didn't scratch the paint. That's all that really matters.
Fine.
I got on the bike and rode away.
Oh, man.
And so embarrassing.
All the time, just feeling.
But Mike, a year later, made me a bobber. It's called the Soldier of Fortune. And it's a green, raked out chopper, 88cc RevTech.
Perfect.
Paul Cox air ride seat in it.
Nice.
One of Denver Cycles Springer front ends. I mean, it's an awesome bike.
Nice bike.
It's got Affliction. This is right when my Affliction relationship was starting up. And so I asked them if I could use some of their artwork because they were doing all those cool graphic tees. And I did my first walkout shirt with them a year later in 06.
Nice.
For the Tim Sylvia fight.
Yeah.
And that was two skulls, with military helmets on. And that's what's on the side of that bike.
Nice.
And then there's this new shirt they came out with, 101st Airborne, skeletons in uniform, like a World War II scene. That's on the back fender.
Love it.
And it's Army green, and it's got all the Army badges and tags and stuff. So that is my favorite bike.
And you still have it?
Oh, I still have that bike. I will never sell that bike.
Where is it? Is it here?
It's in my garage here.
Right here?
Yeah, that's the green
Was
one.
that the Reven I wrote?
Yep.
No. You let me ride that one?
I mean,
Should have never let me do that.
Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
That's way too personal.
Right. Where would you go if you only had one long bike road trip left? And who's riding with you?
Oh, boy. I've been to Sturgis once. I went to the 75th.
Yeah.
And that was cool, but way too many people. I like Deadwood way better than Sturgis.
Yeah.
Because there was a lot less bikes. And I felt like in Sturgis, there was a policeman at every intersection waiting for you to roll through.
Right.
Or whatever.
Right.
And
Don't do anything wrong.
Yeah, not that I'm out trying to do anything wrong or get away with anything, but it was just like they were looking for it.
Right, absolutely.
And it wasn't comfortable.
Yeah.
Not to mention, as a public person, once that cat's out of the bag, forget about it.
There's nowhere to
I can't
hide.
imagine. That's the first
I
place I
see
met
you down
him.
there. I see him
That's
down
the first place I met him.
Yeah.
What were those crazy scooter things you were riding around, tearing around on the sidewalks? But in front of the Affliction store, and he was wearing Extreme Couture shirts. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? But that's actually where we met, at the 75th.
Right there.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
So I've already done there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I wanted. I think if I was going to do it, that last ride, it would be a Beartooth Pass in Montana.
Nice.
Up by Glacier.
Nice.
I mean, spectacular.
Yeah.
The scenery is amazing, and then drop down into Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And ride the 110-mile loop around Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful.
I mean, that would be incredible.
Who are you banging handlebars with? Who's going with you?
Well, Lisa Gorsace would be going with me for sure. She's got her own little Harley that she rides. Stevie.
Love it. Awesome.
She would definitely be going.
Nice. That's cool.
I think Mike would have to go. Not on that monstrosity that he has.
No.
We know that Beartooth Pass
Trust me,
on that thing.
That thing's got a death wobble at 45 miles an hour.
The jaw dropper is only, it's only for looks. It's only to drive around to parades.
Right. That's a slow cruise right there.
I got my own ride. I got my own ride finally. I bought my own bike finally. I got a nice new road glide. So
beautiful.
I'm ready to go. So
Pretty
when
tough to
the
beat a road glide.
tour thing comes back around,
That is a flying couch.
Yeah,
It's
big
beautiful.
time.
it is.
Big
It's so
time.
easy to ride.
Yeah.
Especially compared to mine. Mine literally feels like there's two fat girls on the back, one fat girl on the front, and we're just going cruising. That's how it feels to ride my bike. Just fat girls jumping you.
Oh, man. Don't go anywhere. We've got more with Mr. Randy Couture coming back. Stick around. If you're a fan of this podcast, of counting cars, or of my shop, Counts Customs, head over to countscustoms.shop for official gear, collectibles, and shop favorites. Or better yet, come by and see it all right here in person. The builds, the history, the vibe. It's not a showroom, it's an actual working garage. Online or in Vegas, Counts Customs is always worth the stop. Randy, let's talk about Ryan for a minute. A lot of kids, they run from their dad's shadow. He ran into yours and chose the same sport.
Yeah.
What did it first feel like when he told you he wanted to fight?
Well, it was an moment for sure.
I bet.
He was third in the state of Washington his senior year. He lost one match. I was proud of him because there's the match you don't want to lose. Your goal is what? To be a state champion.
Yeah.
So to have the fortitude to lose the match and wrestle back to get that bronze medal and still get on the podium, that's championship spirit in my mind. And I was very proud of him that day. The same announcer, when I won a state title, was announcing then and messed up and said my name instead of his name.
Oh, man.
And I saw the look on his face, and I'm like, oh, man, come on.
Yeah.
That was his moment.
Ed Aliberti, a great guy, and I've known the guy. He knew my father.
Yeah.
My father was in school, my dad.
Yeah.
And so this guy'd been around forever, a great guy.
Yeah. Just a big oops moment.
And
on
what a
his
cool
part.
moment for him to get to announce, not only my state championship, knowing my dad back in the day when he was in high school, and then see my son now on the podium, and then mess the name up. I'm like, oh man. So
Ouch. Ouch.
But
You were too far in his brain.
Brian had a chance to go wrestle in college, and he's like, Dad, I don't want to wrestle in college. I just want to go to school. I'm like, well, you know, you're getting a job, right? You turning down the scholarship? Yeah, you're getting a job. He ended up going to Western. He got a degree in math.
Yeah.
He was working for Wells Fargo, probably on the management track. And this was the same time I'm opening the gym here in 06, 07.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, man, what's the bank pay you? I'm still running around doing seminars and fighting all over the place. I need an anchor here at the gym that I can trust to manage this place while I'm out doing my thing.
Right.
You know, what do they pay you? They benefits, and I basically made him an offer, and he left the bank job to come down here and run Extreme Couture. And he's a very, very bright kid.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd get, like I said, a degree in math. I'm like, you want to get punched in the face for a living? What the hell is wrong with you? He was here about 4 months, kind of learning the ropes and managing the gym. And he's like, Dad, I really want to fight. I'm like, oh, God. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
So I obviously had to hire a real gym manager so he could, and he still worked the desk and basically learned every facet of that business.
Yeah.
But went to training and doing the things he needed to do to immerse himself in the team and get his fighting skills. He was a very, very good wrestler.
Yeah.
But he needed all the other stuff to go with that.
Gotcha.
And so he said about that. And I mean, he just seemed to take it all in stride. And we kind of had an agreement when he decided in junior high school that he wanted to wrestle.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, I'd already put him through a divorce. And I knew why I walked out on that wrestling mat. And I was concerned that that was why he was walking out on that wrestling mat.
Gotcha.
You know, to get my attention.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, you got my attention. You don't need to get my attention that way. This is a tough sport. But he said, I also saw the passion that he had for it. So as a father and a coach, I was seeing the things I needed to see. And he was doing it because he really wanted to do this.
Yeah.
And I told him then, I said, look, I'm taking a big step back here. You've got a coach. You don't need to hear from me. If you want my opinion about anything on this mat, you're going to have to ask me. Otherwise, I'll be at every match I can be at. I'll be your biggest cheerleader, but I'm not saying a damn word unless you ask me. Because I've seen too many of these dads that live vicariously through their kids and drive their kids crazy.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah. It's good
So
thinking.
when fighting came around, we took that same tact. I said, you know, this is a tough way to make a living, getting punched in the face for your money.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to be a banker. I thought you were smarter than this. But again, I saw the passion that he had, the genuine passion that he had for the sport, and loved being part of the team and with the guys and all that. So that put my mind at ease. I knew he was going to do the work, make the sacrifices, and get in there and grind and learn the things he needed to learn.
So then you finally found a comfort level.
And again, I told him the same thing. I said, look, I've got a staff here. You got workout partners. You got everything you need here. You don't need anything from me.
Yeah.
I'm staying out of this.
Yeah.
You're already dragging that last name around on the back, and you're going to be a target from day one.
Big time.
And how in their first amateur fight have 6 reporters wanting to interview him. I mean, and he just took all that with grace, and style, and integrity, and just an amazing job.
Good for him.
And I couldn't be prouder of him.
Amen to that, brother.
And he did a great job in the sport. Spent most of his career fighting for Bellator.
Yeah.
And Scott Koker.
Yeah.
Was in title contention at one point there, and that particular fight didn't go his way.
Gotcha.
But was an amazing fighter and a great competitor. Had more submissions than I had. He was good, really good at that part of the game.
Nice. Nice. I need to introduce him to Mike over here.
I have not talked to him before.
He's met Mike. Yeah, he's met Mike.
I unfortunately remember, we were hanging out at the D, and I was talking to his wife. I had just got some new Invisaligns. And I remember talking to her, and I remember seeing a piece of spit go in her mouth. And I remember her looking at me and me looking at her, and I was like, I know that happened. You know that happened. Neither of us want to talk about it. Could you not tell Randy? I don't want to tell
And
your
now
husband.
she gets to relive it when she watches this interview.
It was a strange moment for all of us.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Oh my God.
Oh my. Okay. All right. I'm gonna take a left turn here. take me back to that very first Hollywood phone call. The one where someone said, hey, Randy, we want you in a movie. What in the world was your honest, real deal reaction? Did you ever feel like something like this was going to happen?
No.
Okay.
That was not something I ever saw coming.
Tell me about this.
I mean, I was in the 6th grade play, The Christmas Carol. I played Tiny Tim. God bless us, everyone.
I love it, Abe. That's right.
But that was the extent of the drama,
Of your
the
acting.
acting and all of that.
Gotcha.
It's not something I ever saw myself. I've been a moviegoer, avid moviegoer since I was a kid. My mom used to take the 3 of us and drop us off at the Lynn Twin for the double feature. That gave her 5 hours by herself. So, not something. I got a call from the UFC.
Okay.
Hey, they're making this movie called Cradle of the Grave with Jet Li and DMX. They want authentic cage fighters for this fight scene in the movie. Do you want to do it?
Wow.
And I had, back in 95, going into the 96 games, I got asked by USA Wrestling if I would be in a commercial for Nations Bank.
Okay.
And this was a SAG gig.
Yep.
And they were a huge sponsor for the whole Southwest region going into the Atlanta Games.
Yeah.
So they did this commercial, the country boy makes the Olympic team. So I'm running, sweats, working out in the barn, running through the fields.
Right.
And then the Olympic, it was all a part of this Nations Bank commercial.
Yeah.
So in a weird way, I was already Taft-Hartley'd into a SAG card.
Okay.
And then fast forward a few years after that, they were doing, maybe you remember this TV commercial about all these athletes with their scars. Peekaboo Street was on that with her knees. The cowboy with the missing eye. Ronnie Lott with the missing pinky finger.
Right.
I was in that commercial.
Really?
With my ear.
Okay.
And just a sweaty still shot of me on a mat with a singlet on.
Okay.
Again, another SAG gig.
Okay.
Couldn't believe the paycheck from that silly commercial. That aired during the World Series.
Oh, yeah. That had to be
So I
huge.
was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But then I get this call from the UFC. Me, Chuck, and Tito all got the call.
That's cool.
And we were all 3 in that movie. The funny part about that is Chuck and Tito at that time wouldn't fight each other. Tito wouldn't fight Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck wanted to fight Tito, but Tito wouldn't fight Chuck.
I remember that.
And then they end up fighting each other in the movie.
In the movie, yeah.
And I end up fighting Jet Li in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go, chicken. That was my one line in the movie.
Yeah. You had one line in the movie.
That was my one line in the movie. That was it, right there.
How was the experience, man?
I ran Jet Li over. I'm supposed to throw a big right hand at him. His whole shtick is he doesn't want to fight anybody. He keeps his hand in his pocket in the whole movie.
Yeah.
And I throw this big right hand at him, and he doesn't get out of the way. And I ran him over. The director lost his mind. I mean, I just ran over the star of the movie. I'm freaking out, and he's laughing. And his English wasn't as good back then. He still spoke decent English. This was after Lethal Weapon 4. He'd become a huge star.
Yeah, but they asked for it, man. They're the ones that asked you to come down here.
But he was very gracious about it. He said, I'm an acrobat. I'm a martial artist, but I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
He expected me to wind up. Well, I didn't know how to throw a stunt punch or any of that, so I just launched it. And consequently ran him over. Thankfully, I didn't hit him with it, but I ran him over.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
First faux pas.
You've been on sets with, oh my gosh, man, Bruce Willis, Sylvester Stallone, 50 Cent, some really, really huge personalities, man. Were you ever honestly like starstruck, somebody you met?
It was a crazy day to get a call from my agent and say, hey, Sylvester Stallone called. He wants you to come by his office. He wants to talk to you about a project. Now, that's certainly an appointment you keep.
Big time.
We ain't blowing that off. So, and I'm military anyway, so I show up 10 minutes early. Right. If I'm not 10 minutes early, I'm already late.
Right.
And so I'm there. He brings me into his office. We're waiting on the casting director.
Yeah.
And she's late. So we're talking, he's telling me about the project and all that, and then all of a sudden the casting director comes barging in, and she's nervous because she's late for this meeting with Sly Stallone.
Right.
And she comes through the door and she bumps his bookcase that's right inside the door. Well, he's got all these action figures on this bookcase from all these movies that he's been in. Oh, man. Like Corvette and all these different movies. Well, Brigitte Nielsen from Corvette falls off that bookcase and hits the floor. Oh, Jesus, where were you a couple years ago? Could have used you. And oh my God, we fell out laughing It was hilarious.
That's great.
Broke the ice. She
Yeah.
settled down. We had
Yeah.
an amazing meeting. He explained this movie he was putting together. And he was originally talking to me about being Hail Caesar. Hail Caesar was written for Wesley Snipes.
Okay.
Wesley had a small problem going on back then.
Understood.
So
Understood,
he was going to revamp it. This college-educated kid with cauliflower ears that rants about his cauliflower ears and quotes Nietzsche all the time. And this was how he saw this character. He was going to adapt what he'd already written for Wesley,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
to play Hail Caesar.
Yeah.
Well, about 2 weeks after our meeting in his office with Brigitte, he gets Terry Crews to play Hail Caesar, which was a perfect fit for Terry. He was almost the comic relief in some crazy action scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
So he went back and wrote Toll Road into the script so he could keep me in the movie. Talk about feeling honored.
That's way cool.
He was just such a fight fan.
Yeah.
And him and I had hit it off. I'd met him before at the
Yeah.
Arnold Classic.
Yeah.
Because he had his own line of supplements back then, In
Yeah.
Stone, I think they were called.
Yeah.
And so I had met him at some of those at the Arnold Classic a couple times, and so obviously he's a huge fight fan, a boxing aficionado.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I mean, Barney Ross, his name in The Expendables is
Yeah.
actually a name of an old boxer from back
Really?
in the day.
That's
yeah,
cool.
He is an encyclopedia of
Yeah,
boxing.
that's cool.
And he loves MMA as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
they
very
warned
on.
you don't ever want to meet your heroes, and somebody like Stallone I look at him like, wow, that's amazing. I'm told he's like the nicest, coolest
He's
cat.
a great guy. He
That's
really
awesome.
is. I enjoy working with him. He's very, very smart.
Yeah.
Everybody assumes the old Adrian that somehow he's missing a beat. And
Yeah.
dude, he wrote that.
Yeah.
He wrote
Yeah,
Rambo.
yeah,
He wrote
yeah,
the first
yeah.
Expendables.
It's called acting, right,
He's
right,
an
yeah.
amazing writer.
Yeah.
Hugely very, very, very intelligent man.
Yeah.
So we're in 3. Kellen Lutz, all the young ones.
Yeah.
You know, it was the old crew versus this young crew with Ronda Rousey and all those guys, right?
Yep,
Great
yep.
movie, great concept.
Yep.
We're getting decimated by these tanks, so it's not written in the script. But Patrick Hughes, the director, is like, "Well, I want you and Dolph to sneak down and take this tank and then turn it around and start blowing these guys up." I'm
Right,
like,
right.
okay, well, that'll be interesting. So we sneak down, we shoot these guys in the tank, and now we're standing on the tank. There's no dialogue, there's no nothing written to get us in this tank.
Yeah.
First of all, ain't no way either one of us are fitting in this tank. It is a real Russian tank.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm way smaller than Dolph.
Yeah.
And I tried to get in there. There is no way.
Yeah.
You would have to grease me up. And then where's the cameraman going to be?
Right.
Don't worry about that. We just need some dialogue on top of this tank after you've killed these guys to get you in the tank.
Right.
We're going to build a sound stage so we can get a cameraman in there with you and all of that. I'm like, okay. But we're still having this debate standing on a tank.
Right.
And so Sly comes running up, what's going on?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, we got no dialogue written for this impromptu scene to get these 2 guys in this tank.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, you, Dolph, you say, hey, I don't know how to drive a tank. You say, bull, I've seen your mother. I almost fell off the tank laughing, just like that. He comes up with the one-liner that we changed it to your sister.
Right.
I was just like, oh, my God, that's perfect.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Randy, it is almost time to let you go. Before I do, we do a thing here on Counts Culture. It's called Pump the Brakes. I'm going to ask you questions that fans that watch and listen they want to know from you. If there's a question that comes up that you don't want to answer, you don't want to get into, you want to talk about, pump the brakes. You ready to rock?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. When was the last time you cried?
Oh, gosh. God, that would be this weekend.
All right.
It's been a crazy 18 months.
Yeah.
I can only explain what I've been experiencing in the last year and a half is a spiritual awakening. I started having all these emotions a year and a half ago in June, right before my 61st birthday. All these emotions start pouring out of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I've got CTE. I got punched in the bean too much. Something's wrong with me.
Yeah.
I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
And it's like this generational trauma. Have I just been stuffing these feelings down for so long that they're just coming out, whether I want them to or not? It was really, really interesting. I've kind of embraced that and dug in and kind of, looked in, tried to find some answers and figure it out. And the only thing I can come up with is that Several friends now that are experiencing a lot of similar things.
Gotcha.
There's a big shift
Yeah.
in our consciousness and in the way we're all connected and all of that. And
Gotcha.
I've been embracing that. I did an ayahuasca journey a year ago, and that was amazingly powerful.
Yeah.
I've done a couple of psilocybin journeys now as well.
Yeah.
Again, trying to get in touch with my higher self, be a better man, be a better human.
That's a great answer. That's a great question. I've sent that in. That's a great one. Number 2, you might want to pump the brakes. This is up to you. If someone locked you and Dana in a room for 1 hour, what would they see when they opened the door?
We'd probably be sitting there laughing.
Okay.
We don't hate each other. I mean,
gotcha.
He's got a business to run. At the end of the day, fighting is a business. You know, I have a legacy and a family to take care of. We were coming at opposite sides of the table to make those things happen. I got no issue with Dana. You know, we've seen each other on several occasions. He's probably not going to call me up and wish me a Merry Christmas, but you know, we don't dislike each other. We just, you know, it is what it is. So,
great answer to another great question.
Yeah, you know, I don't think we'd have an issue.
Love it. You guys are crazy out there, by the way. Number 3, dogs see a version of their owners that nobody else gets to see. What does your dog know about you that the rest of us don't?
Wow, that's an interesting question.
That's
Great, man.
I mean, if I could reach myself like my dog can, I'd probably never leave the house.
Next question.
Yeah, we'll pump the brakes on that.
We'll pump the brakes. Brakes are pumped. Question number 4. What was the best hunting or fishing moment of your life?
A few years back, gosh, more than a few years back, this is right after I first moved to Vegas in 2005.
Okay.
I had Be on the Hunt with Rick Kreuter and Julie Kreuter, and then I had Staying Safe with Jesse and Ginger, both hunting shows. And they both inviting me to go hunt with them on their shows. So one week I'm in right outside of Sturgis by Devil's Tower, chasing pronghorn and white-tailed deer with my bow.
Nice.
I shot one of each.
Yeah.
And then a week later, 40 miles away in a different part of the state, same thing with Jesse and Ginger, chasing white-tailed deer and pronghorn. And I killed 2 more. A week later, I said, this might be the best. I mean, the hunting gods are shining down on me in this 2-week period for sure.
My time.
Amazing.
Nice.
Had a blast on both of those shows.
Nice.
It's
all right.
That was a great 2 weeks.
Great answer. Great answer. Number 5. You've cornered so many fighters. What's the most honest thing you've ever said to someone in the minute between rounds?
It's such an important position. Being a cornerman. And having a cornerman that you trust. That you're used to hearing his voice in that arena. I mean, there's 2 voices I could pick out. My mom's and that cornerman's voice. Because he's been yelling at me in the whole camp. And that's what you want. You want that same one voice yelling at you that whole time, because that's what you're going to pick up in the heat of it. And that guy on the outside of the cage sees things that you can't see in the heat of the moment. And so, and you need to be honest. And Eric Nixick, our head coach and manager at the gym now, he's been coach of the year a couple times. He's an amazing cornerman and an amazing coach. And sometimes you got to be brutally honest. So, dude, you're getting your kicked. You got 1 round left. You got to make something happen this round, or it's over. I mean, you got to be honest. Got a lot of fire under their butt sometimes, and you can't blow smoke. You got to be truthful.
Okay, love it. Another good answer. We're at the finish line. I got one more final question for you. This is. You've been a soldier, a wrestler, a champion, a coach, an actor, a dad, and now a grandpa. When your grandkids are old enough to Google you, what's one story you hope someone tells them that they're never going to find online?
Oh boy! Wow, that is a great question. Holy smokes!
That's not from a viewer, man. That's from us.
But hasn't somebody already dug up on you? Throw it online.
It's interesting because I all these clippings and magazine covers from Black Belt magazine and all this stuff in this bin that I saved over the years because my youngest, you know, my two older children lived it. They were there.
Right.
My youngest wasn't. He wasn't really part of that. So I've saved all this stuff now. I have this bin of stuff in storage that I rarely look at.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he'll ever look at that stuff. But I think at some point I certainly, my grandkids, I'm pretty sure my granddaughter's going to be WWE or roller derby, one of the two. I mean, she's a beast. and Ellis, the 2-year-old, is, they call him the big baby on the block already. I mean, he's weighs the same as his 4-year-old brother. So, and he's got a little wrestling in him already.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I think we'll probably go all the way back to setting a goal to win a state championship going into 1981.
Wow, nice.
Asking my mom.
Yeah.
You know, I shared that. I mean, those are the type of goals you want to share with somebody who's going to help you stay on track.
Yeah.
And my mom was that person.
Nice.
So I said, Mom, I want to take wrestling season off from my job at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And, you know, I can't pay my car insurance or my gas money if I'm not working the job.
Yeah.
I want to be a state champ this year. It's my last year.
Yeah.
And she said, all right, I'll cover your car insurance and your gas money through wrestling season.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
Nice.
And that was the template. I drew that map. I sat down. She got me an old Sears and Roebuck plastic weight set.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Started doing the extra running, learning how to. I had Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Bodybuilding, trying to learn how to lift weights. I'd never done any of this stuff. And that year, I set about doing all this extra stuff to try and achieve that goal, and managed to get up on top of that podium my senior year.
Nice.
So now I knew, holy cow, it actually works.
Yeah.
And that became the cookie cutter for everything I was going to do down the road from there.
Nice.
And that would be the story I think that my grandsons would certainly need to hear, and I think my granddaughter too.
Love it. That's cool, bro. Dude, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking this time with us here at Counts Culture. Thank you for your service. Thank you for these amazing stories that you've shared with us. Thank you for the human being that you are and that you're sharing with the world, man. You absolutely rock, man. Thanks for being my friend. I appreciate that very much,
you, brother.
man. Amen.
I'm a fan of the show for years.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Obviously, as a car guy, I mean, what you guys did. And this guy here.
Yeah.
You know, errantly meeting him in Sturgis and you know, just becoming friends. It's hard not to like the guy.
I know. People, you know, because of the show and the way I pick on him all the time, people think I can't stand him. And people ask me when we're out on the road all the time, you know, why do you put up with him? I'm like, you guys don't understand. We pick on each other because that's what brothers do.
Yeah.
Friendship
means. Absolutely. Right. Yeah.
Well, I want to tell both of you something. Coming from where I came from in Michigan, trailer park, all this bull. Getting involved with Danny, being on the TV show, getting to meet you over the time, you know, and getting to hang out with you and all this, you know, I've learned something. I've learned a little, you know, like we didn't get it back then when I was in Michigan. When I was in Michigan in the trailer park, I would have never assumed in my lifetime I'd be sitting on this couch with you guys.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to watch both of you. Like Danny's an incredibly nice,
really
amazing person. This guy gets out, he does. Yeah, I've watched him on many, many occasions. He's the nicest guy to everybody.
Yeah.
And I remember Danny saying something a long time ago. He said, listen, you get on this show, you start getting up on a pedestal, I'm gonna be the first one there to kick that pedestal out from underneath.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Yeah.
And all I'm saying is you guys have been wonderful, you know, like people to, you know, what do they call that? The people that, you guys are the ones that inspire me to be nicer to people. When I see people out, I'm a sweetheart to people because a lot of times about how I watch you guys talk to people.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm just saying, I've learned a lot.
I'm surprised
from
it's
watching
coming
you guys
from him.
be gracious.
Yeah, man.
Well, I didn't come out gracious, so, you know, I could only... It's a learn
I hope
thing.
you weren't wearing those horrors when you came out. Your mom probably still hates you to this day.
Exactly, dude.
Mama was a
my
hard
gosh.
girl.
Oh my gosh. Randy, thank you, man.
Pleasure.
Sincerely. And when the weather starts getting a little better, let's get in the wind.
Absolutely need to do that.
Yeah.
You can ride Jaw Dropper.
I'm actually quite surprised
listen.
he didn't name a panty dropper. But
You're Randy Couture. You can handle 3 fat girls.
Oh my gosh, bro.
No way you can't ride that.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, the man, Randy Couture, you rock. You rock. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bro, was that fantastic sitting here hanging out with Randy, the natural Couture?
It's always an amazing thing for me that I get to hang out with Randy.
I know.
I mean, flat out,
Yeah.
I've always been amazed anytime he's ever called me and said,
Yeah.
"Hey, you want to come to my,
Yeah.
my Halloween party
Yeah.
or one of my rides?"
Yeah.
It's amazing that Randy Couture even calls me.
Yeah.
Like I get giddy and I want to show some of my friends, but
Yeah.
that would be.
I get it. He's
know.
he's such an amazing guy. He's accomplished so much. I have so much respect for him. And then, like you said, hanging out with him, is awesome. And when I just picked up the phone and called him. You want to come do this? And yeah, he's just his heart's
He's the
beautiful.
nicest, genuine,
He really is.
most genuine person I have ever met.
Yep, I agree. He is the nicest person that can literally disassemble you in seconds.
Oh yeah. I forgot that. Tear your
Yeah.
face apart.
Right.
As he tells you,
Yeah.
"Hey, listen, I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, right.
You really did make me."
right. And he's smiling at you the whole time while you're trying to.
He might even make you feel better about getting your whooped by him. Like afterwards, like, this has been a life lesson for you.
Yeah.
Not me.
I know it. I love him. Well, that's a wrap, everybody, for this episode of Counts Culture. Spending time with you is hands down best part of my week. If you want the full experience, head over to our YouTube channel at Counts Culture. Culture is with a K. And watch the entire episode there. You can also find the show on all major podcast platforms. And please connect with us on TikTok, X, Facebook, and Instagram for exclusive and behind-the-scenes content. Until next time, be good to one another, follow your dreams, and be cool in everything you do.